daughters.
Daughters.
Susie, this is Marianne.
You got any messages for the birthday girl?
We love you dearly, and you drive us crazy.
Yes.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's already.
What did you do in the Navy?
I was a communication officer
Where?
at NOB headquarters in Terminal Island,
All right.
which is in the Los Angeles harbor, right next to the big shipyard.
And how long were you in the Navy?
Almost 3 years. I went in 43. I graduated from college at 43 and went straight into the Navy you had to sign up for the duration plus 6 months. I was in until May 46. I agreed to stay in till the war was over, plus 6 months. So, and I ended up being let out in the first part of May in 1946. It was an interesting duty. We had a Commodore that was our commanding officer there, and you don't see many Commodores, but he had, I think, gone to Annapolis with Halsey and Nimitz, who were the two running the war in the Pacific. And he either had a disability or he had gone out of service in between, because he had shore duty the whole war. But he knew Nimitz and Halsey, and they stopped by to see him a couple of times. They used to send a lot of their, I don't know how, you know much about Navy communications?
No, I know a lot about Air Force communications.
Well, okay, well, it's the same, I'm sure. You know, they can send things with either straight or registered or confidential or secret or top secret. And so we broke down the messages for our commanding officer. And Halsey and Nimitz would send messages to Washington with a copy for info to him. And when they do that, you can't send for any kind of correction, but you can you decode it and put it on the Commodore's desk for him so that he could keep up with what was going on.
Did you code it?
Yeah, we would code and encode. I was not one of the code girls that was breaking the codes, Japanese and German. I was handling only American code. But we kept up with the war. I'll never forget the time the word Iwo Jima came through. And if you've never heard of it before, that does not look like a word. Anyway, we couldn't send for info because weren't directly addressed. So it was only later when it came out that we knew.
So did you ever meet Halsey and Nimitz?
Yes, matter of fact, they stopped by and they came into the officers' club there, and we were there, so a bunch of us backed up against the walls, and he stopped, and I think it was Halsey. He came over and shook our hands. He was an interesting character. We saluted him, and he returned it and then stuck out his hand. You don't have that very often.
No.
But I think we were there. I mean, they're just coming in from sea duty, so and they stopped by. We was at the officers' club, so it was very informal, that place.
And what was your rank in the Navy?
Well, I started out as an ensign, but I finally made JGs. I eventually became one of the communication officers at the base. We had 4 shifts. We worked around the clock. We had 4 shifts, so I got promoted to a JG, and I was in charge of one of the things, which was interesting because we had a full complementary section of communications. We had teletypes, and we had sailors who could do signal corps to ships out. I mean, when they're close and don't want to put anything into the air, they would use that. Anyway, I couldn't have done those things.
I want to thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you too.
And happy birthday.
Thank you. Where were you stationed?
I was in Tucson, Arizona. We taught foreign students how to fly those. Taught students from Bahrain
Oh my
and
heavens.
Singapore and Norway and Belgium.
Well, before I lived in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and we were helping to train pilots for the British. This was before we were actually in the World War II. And they would come to Tuscaloosa first, and then they would organize their training from there. When we got them, they were brand new, but they were British fellows. They hit Tuscaloosa first before they got to where they were learning to fly. They
Oh.
got there and got their orientation in their organization.
You were in Los Angeles, right?
Right. There's a big shipyard right there. And the NOB headquarters was one building. And we covered for all the Navy in the Seoul surrounding area. We had quite a few people.
And what does NOB stand for?
Naval Operating Base. And there was a shipyard. Our building was on a small craft training center. They claimed they were the first island taken away from the Japanese. They used to have a Japanese fishing village on this little island that's right in Los Angeles Harbor. The ships would come into the harbor, and they usually would close down and have just a skeleton crew on duty. And then, they would come in usually for supplies or for some kind of repair, or sometimes to pick up new people or whatever. And we would cover for them while they were anchored in our harbor, or if they were in the shipyard next door to us. So if they got messages, we had to hand deliver them and we had I think about 6 Navy chiefs, and they used to deliver messages for us. But if we had a top secret message, we had to turn an officer loose to take and hand deliver that message to the communication officer at the ship or wherever it was to go. You can't imagine the furor you called when you walked up a gangplank to the top of the ship and say, I have to hand deliver this to your communication office. Where is it? 2 floors down the ship.
Oh my goodness.
And let me tell you, everything was scarce during World War II. So our skirts were not necessarily generous. And all those ships have ladders. So it's hard to get down those sometimes. But anyway, it was interesting. I never had to deliver too many of them. Thank goodness.
Did you get to read those top secret
Well,
messages?
sure, we had to decode them.
So you knew before everybody else what was going on.
Well, that was a problem. Sometimes you would go to breakfast after working all night on something special, and half of the story would be in the newspaper. So our rule was, you do not mention anything outside of the code room. We wouldn't even admit we knew something about it, but this was true about Iwo Jima. Part of that story ended up in the newspapers, but not the really serious details. But actually, it was funny, before they assigned me to this, they sent FBI agents, I guess. I got this frantic message from my mother saying, what in the world is going on? There's some people in town asking questions all about you. They were checking me out.
Oh
So
my
that I
goodness.
finally ended up being covered for the top secret thing. So,
Did you really?
and at the end of the war, I got married. My husband was an army officer, and he fought in Europe.
How did you meet him?
Oh, I knew him before. We were both very active in the church. He was at Georgia Tech, and I was at Alabama. And I don't know, he was one of the officers of the Young People's Group. I met him in January 1941, and he sent me a Valentine. But we didn't get married till 46. I don't know whether you've ever seen any of the mail that they sent during the war. People in Europe, soldiers in Europe, couldn't mail envelopes. They had a piece of paper about this size, special form, and they addressed it at the top, and they wrote their message. And then there was a place over here where the censor had to censor it, had to read it all to be sure they hadn't given away any secrets, and then sign it. Well, it turned out he was one of the ones that was reading things and signing them. That was one of his jobs. They would take those sheets and they would photograph them, and they could send a whole reel of photographs, the little things this size, photographed, and then they would print it up on papers, little squares about this size. And so I've got a whole stack of those that he wrote me from Europe.
Okay, Tutu, on behalf of the council and the people of Bartonville, we have designated this as Tutu Day.
Tutu Day!
So this is your special day.
So all of these cards are with the veterans group, the ladies veterans group.
Yes, we're all veterans, and some are the ladies' group.
What do you read? You live here?
Yes, I live on the next street, Group Road.
She said yes, they live in this area. They live the next road over.
Yeah. Hi, Tutu.
Tutu?
Congratulations. Okay. I'm the commander of Women Veterans of America.
Let me talk to her. She can't hear you.
Wow.
She said she's the commander for the women's
Veterans
veterans
of
group.
America. Okay, we have a presentation we want to give you today. Okay?
She's giving you a presentation.
Okay. We'll give you one of our hats.
Thank you.
We have a gift for you. And then we have something special. I won't shake your hand, but you know about coining, right?
Do you know about coining? Coining, C-O-I-N-I-N-G. Coining. I
In
don't
the military, one sister to another.
From one sister to another.
And normally we put it in your hand and shake your hand, but I won't do that. But it says, thank you for your service on this side, and Women Veterans of America on that side.
Oh, thank you. That was one of the things that one of the most
Me too.
You want to tell her first, though?
These are all women veterans in our chapter, and these ladies have made you a quilt, and we're going to present you a quilt of valor.
It's the quilt of valor that they're giving to you, that they made.
wow. They only go.
Okay, she doesn't hear well, especially with all this noise.
There's a bag here in the speech that I normally do is in there. Okay, you can just read it.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah, she's good. I was looking up online. You were when the war ended, there were 86,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not very many World War II vets left.
No.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Whoa.
Here for you.
Ready? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for
That's amazing.
Show her the tag on the back.
Got your name on it. Don't let anybody take it from you.
Yeah, I was away.
We do about 50, 60 a year.
Thank you.
Only a bit.
We thank you. Can we lay this across your shoulders? Can we put this on your shoulders?
This is called wrapping and hugging.
Yeah, usually we give a big hug too, so we'll just hug you from afar.
You pay!
Cheese snack.
You got a cupcake? Here comes Robbie and Carrie.
Happy birthday, Tutu!
You guys can park over there.
Okay.
I love my rocks.
We're not gonna walk down the same like this.
Happy birthday!
Oh,
It's the Kinsers, David and Rosemary.
yeah, you need to tell her who she is. I don't know who everybody is.
And this is Janelle Burkholder.
Hi, Janelle.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you too.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh, we are gonna.
Happy birthday, Tutu!
Hello, hello. Okay.
Take a couple.
I guess the balloons are in the way. Hi! I'm not doing that. Some of these people may be neighbors we don't even know.
Oh, here's Hudson and the Ivers. Rick
The
and Sue.
Ivers!
Hudson wants a cupcake.
I know. The cupcake's right over there.
I had to have a picture of you just a grinning.
Thank you for coming.
Happy birthday. How are you feeling? Take care.
She's a little
Well, you have a
overwhelmed.
few days to get over it.
You'll get a cupcake. That's okay, the police are on our side.
Yeah, you got all your Double O family too.
Happy birthday!
Yes, we made the parade this year.
Well, they brought it to her.
Yeah.
Double Locust, the parade.
The parade
The parade they were in every year.
every year.
Yeah, we didn't make it in the parade this year.
We did it, yeah, it was a little different this year. Happy birthday.
Thank you. If you didn't go to their parade, so they came to your parade.
You'd think at least they could spray water over
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, get the official airline send off.
Right, right. Boy, you're getting all the heavy equipment and everything. You're getting all the heavy equipment.
Well, at the end of the day, thank you for coming. There's another window, Andrew. Make sure they're damn. You got it, damn you too. Well, some of them are in Bartonville, and some of them are from WWII. There's Rhonda taking your picture. Well, we got the bubble maker. All right. All right. There's Tammy.
Happy birthday, Tutu!
Tammy from the town hall here. She helped get us organized. Thanks for coming. Stop and get a cupcake.
Back there.
Jody? Oh, perfect. Oh, there's Jody. Jody.
Yeah, here come the goodings. Hey, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
This is Martha and Dick Gooding.
Happy birthday, Tutu! Happy birthday! It's good to see you.
Stop and get a cupcake. This is my friend Anita. She helped me make cupcakes.
Yes, I did.
She's my new neighbor.
I have something for you.
Oh, okay.
Have a wonderful day, babe.
She and I go walking every day with Caleb. She brought you some puzzles. Because she knows we do puzzles. And she's got a Navy sign on the front of her car. Hi! She's got a Navy. She just gave you a salute. She's a Navy person too. I don't know who it is, but she gave you a Navy salute.
Hey, Mom?
Yeah,
It's all right.
Well, happy birthday.
This is Carol Elliott. Carol Elliott.
Good to see you, girl. 99 and going strong.
You betcha. You betcha.
Thank you for your service.
All right, go get a cupcake. Get a cupcake right up here. All right. All right, Sue Jameson.
Hi, Tutu. You look so pretty today.
I don't know who this is. It's Robert. Oh, is that Robert? Robert. Can't see him through the visor. Oh, it is. It's Robert. That's your grandson Robert. Okay. Now that you can see through the window.
I don't see so well.
All right.
Okay, good to see you. Have a cupcake.
This is the house. Beth House. Annabelle and all those guys. Hi guys. Hello. Happy birthday. Thanks for coming. Hey. Happy birth. Happy birth. Day is on the window that's down. Oh. Okay, this is Diane Vaughn and Lynn Elliott. Holden has a bubble machine. That's what you see. Hi, Lynn. Hey. Get a cupcake. This is Rawson and the girls. That's Rawson Slane. That's Rawson Slane. Oh. How do you identify people? Guys, get cupcakes over here. Thanks for coming. This is Trudy Cleland from church. She's from Annunciation, Trudy Cleveland. Hi, Trudy. Thank you.
Hi, fellow church person.
Oh, okay. This is Marianne and Bill Helmer, also from church. We did a puzzle. They're the ones that got that world puzzle that we did. Remember that was so hard? We gave it to them.
Oh,
That was a hard puzzle.
I am PTSD from Vietnam and not give me another case.
Go get a cupcake. He said he got PTSD from doing that puzzle. Thank you for coming, guys.
Thank you.
I don't know how many cards you do, What about that chair right up there? Thank you. Oh, yeah. He said you don't look a day over 72.